Hey everybody, welcome back to White's World. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I know I am. Last episode, guys, we made this little area right here, this little New Year's resolutions area. You guys really seem to like it. I'm really happy about that. No complaints that I saw, so that's pretty good. pretty pleased about that. But in today's episode, guys, we have a few things I want to work on. First off, we're gonna be moving the egg collector finally, and I have a little topic I want to talk about with that. As we move it, a little bit of a time lapse or speed lapse most likely will happen with that. And then second, the part of the episode that I really want to focus the majority of my time on is the mine area. I finally want to at least start on the mine area down here. I have a few simple ideas and a few bigger ideas for what's going to go down below, as well as what's going to go right here. After taking your guys' feedback in and doing a little bit of testing on my own, I figured out that there are a few things I think I can do that'll work out pretty well for that area. Hopefully, maybe. We'll see. I don't know how well they'll work out. But guys, as you can see here, I will be needing some spruce and some oak for that build. So I set up a couple, I guess, temporary tree farms right here. I haven't used them really that much as of recently, but they'll be good. They'll be good for now. These are temporary. Of course, in the future, we're definitely going to need a bigger tree farm, a more permanent tree farm. For right now, those will work out. But guys, since last episode, I did pick a comment from last episode. You're seeing it on the screen right about now. The comment is from KMA, long time subscriber, good friend of mine, and he left a pretty good comment last episode, so I decided to pick it. So yeah, what I'll be doing with those comments, guys, I'll probably put them in my ender chest, and of course every 10 episodes, so the last monument was built at episode 10, so episode 20 there will be a new monument built to house the comments for episodes 11 through 20, so that should be pretty cool. But yeah, guys, I guess without much further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's episode. I need to go ahead and move that collector all the way over to there. And as I'm doing that, I have a little topic that was commented on last episode that I want to talk to you guys about. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll see ya in just a sec. So I was reading and responding to the comments from the last episode, which, by the way, there were some pretty awesome comments. But I ran across a comment that I thought was pretty interesting that you guys might like to hear some sort of verbal response from me. I did respond to the comment itself, but that only reaches so many people, and I wanted to make a more formal response to this, I guess, in a video. And the question was from Arayo, I think that's how you pronounce it. Sorry if I butcher that name. But this person said essentially that I should start a Patreon, or they believe that I should start a Patreon, because I believe the comment said something about it'd be good pocket change or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty certain that's what it said. And for those of you, just real quickly, before I get into my explanation about it, or my response to it, I kind of want to explain what Patreon is. Essentially, the way I understand Patreon is that it's a website where supporters of a certain creator can go and pledge a certain amount of money per month to that creator, whether it's to that creator per month, or I guess there is another option where you can pledge per video that they post, or something like that. And essentially there's different tiers where you can, the creator can set up different tiers of how much money someone can pledge. So someone can pledge, $1, $5, $10, $20, $100, $500, $1,000 probably. And the creator can set up different tiers for that, for the supporters to kind of pledge that amount of money per month to that creator's Patreon page. And that's the way I understand it. I know a lot of YouTubers have a Patreon account, especially those who are looking to go full-time on YouTube, or who are full-time content creators on YouTube. All the power to them. I've seen quite a few successful Patreon campaigns, and I've seen a lot of people do some good stuff with their Patreon pages. Another thing I should probably mention is that for pledging, usually the creator gives something in return for each tier. So let's say a $5 tier, they give you a special thank you note. $10, they set up some sort of game server for patrons who pledge $10 or more per month to go and play on. Stuff like that. That is pretty typical of content creators to do. And so to respond to the statement or the question of whether or not I will ever be starting a Patreon account, or whether I have one, I don't have one, and I don't ever plan on really starting one up. I know I'm going to be a college student and I could use the money, but really there's a couple of reasons why I'm not going to ever start a Patreon account. First off, I don't really need the money. Would it be nice for there to be a little bit of extra revenue aside from YouTube ad revenue, which yes, I do monetize my videos for those of you that don't know. Would it be nice to have a little bit of extra money? Sure, it'd be nice. It'd be nice knowing that I'm going into college, knowing that I'd have extra money for various things here and there to upgrade the setup, to upgrade, or to keep programs, get new programs and stuff like that to use for YouTube, and whatnot, buy different games, things like that for the channel. But I don't really need the money. And I would much rather you guys spend your money on something for you guys or your family. For those of you who are even thinking about ever pledging to someone on Patreon, I know for me, I would much rather you guys pledge to someone or spend your money for yourself or your family or for a full-time creator, because that's my second reason. I'm not a full-time creator or even someone looking to go full-time. I never plan on making this YouTube thing a full-time job. I don't think that's ever going to be viable. And then there's a lot of other things in my life I would much rather do full-time while still doing this on the side. I feel like that this is a great hobby to do and something I really do love to do. But I don't feel like that this is ever going to be something that I will ever want to do or really be able to do full-time. So I would much rather you guys be spending that kind of money on a full-time creator, such as, I'll just go ahead and name a few. Wells Knight, Izuma. I don't know if Iskall is looking at becoming full-time or not, but these are some fairly prevalent Minecraft YouTubers who I would pledge if I did use my Patreon account. I do have a Patreon account, I just don't pledge to anybody. But those are the kinds of creators I think are worth pledging to, simply because they are full-time and they're going full-time or looking to go full-time. And to me, that would be much more of a worthy pledge than pledging to someone like me who doesn't ever plan on going full-time. And like I said before, while the cash would be nice, pledging to someone who's looking to go full-time at this thing is probably a better use. So, and the third reason I have is I don't have anything to give back. A key part of Patreon is the fact that a supporter pledges a certain amount of money and the creator in return gives them something back. Typically, some creators don't do that. Some just use Patreon as an extra source of revenue without really giving much back. But the vast majority of creators have like some sort of, like I said before, a game server, or they have a special thank you, or they have special different things to give back to creators at certain tiers. I have nothing to give back. I could eventually start a Patreon server, but I don't feel like even if I started a Patreon account or a Patreon campaign, that there would be enough people pledging to that campaign to warrant the start of a Patreon server, like a Patreon Minecraft server, for instance, a survival server, for instance. So yeah, that's really why I will probably never set up a Patreon account. Also, I guess you could say that this is the fourth reason. This is not really a reason. This is just a personal preference. I don't like taking money from people. Whether that's through donations, which I've never set up a donation page before, ever, in the entire time that, the 2+ years that I've done this. I've never set up a Patreon account, like I said. I don't like taking money from people. And so I'm in a position right now where I don't have to, and therefore I don't want to. So I thank you for your question, Arayo. I really do. I do thank you for your question. But this response is essentially saying that no, I will probably never start up a Patreon account. Or a Patreon campaign, that is. I don't feel like it's something that is really necessary. And I would much rather stray away from that monetary portion of YouTube as well. Aside from monetizing my videos, that's the only monetary source I think is really worth it, I guess. Or something that I'm looking to do for this whole YouTube thing. Which, yes, I do monetize my videos. No surprise really there, probably for a lot of you guys. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll probably already have known that. But yeah, that's just kind of my response to the whole Patreon question. If you have any other thoughts about Patreon or any other questions about it, leave them down in the comment section below. I'd always love to hear your thoughts on the matter. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and head back into the rest of today's video. It's a pretty good one, so hope you all enjoy. And there we have it. It's done. I moved the entire thing over. In between the little talk we had and this portion, I went ahead and did some landscaping around here. I replaced the back of over here, behind here where it goes into the hillside here. Replaced all those with stone brick. I thought that fit the greatest. And I went ahead and hatched a bunch of eggs. I think there's like 8 chickens in here. Once they grow up, we'll start getting some eggs and stuff. I tried with the landscaping to make this thing fit into the side here. I think I did a pretty good job. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think, actually, because I think I did pretty good, but who knows? But yeah, this thing's done now. Pretty excited, pretty happy at least that this thing is done. Took a little more time than I thought it would. But like I said earlier in today's episode, guys, for the remainder of today's episode, we will be working on the mining area. I actually have a design I made in a creative world, a very, very simple design. I'm not going to show you guys until I'm done with it, but we're going to be building it right here in this little area. I think this is all the space we're actually going to need. It's very simple. And then after we get the little transportation system right here that goes down to the mine, we will end up working on the mine itself. I have some ideas as to what I want to do for it. I thought about putting an enchanting station down there and different other things down there along with the mines to make things go a lot easier. But I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get back to work. I'm going to get started on the transportation system that goes down to the actual mine. And I'll bring you guys back when I finish that, or at least worked on it, in just a second. Up and up and up and up and up we go. We finally made it to the top of the ladder of the place where I dug all the way down to level 17, all the way down there. I plan on digging lower as well. Our strip mine, or our branch mine, I guess, will be at level 11. But for now, I'm not really certain how I want to do it. I want to do a little more intricate of a design for the actual branch mine part. So I'm not really certain if I want to start the end of the transportation system at level like 17 or 15 or 13 or 11, or where exactly I want to set it at. So for right now, the bottom is at level 17. But guys, it has been a little while since I recorded for today's episode. It's been really roughly about a week. And in that time, I actually went ahead and streamed in this world on Tuesday, I believe, over at my Twitch page, twitch.tv/WhiteFyr. And we got a lot of stuff, a lot of iron, a little bit of gold, some pretty good stuff. I went caving. It was a lot of fun for me. Not many people showed up. Didn't really expect anybody to. But it was a lot of fun hanging out on that stream. So if you guys do want to see me stream in the future, the link to my Twitch page will be down in the description below. I have thought about streaming on YouTube as well, which is something I thought I would ask you guys as well. So I have the possibility of multi-streaming on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time, same stream. Right now I'm just doing Twitch. I'm not, at least for this month, going to be streaming on YouTube, but I would love to know from you guys, where would you like to see me stream? I know a lot of you guys are here on YouTube. You're probably watching this on YouTube, but I know a lot of people like Twitch as well. So any feedback, any comments at all down in the description comment section below would be very much appreciated about that. I've been debating it a lot recently, whether I should multi-stream, whether I should just go on Twitch, just on YouTube. I've really been debating whether or not I should, which of those 3 options I should really choose. So if you guys have any preference, please let me know. But yeah, guys, actually, before we get into working further on this mine shaft right here, I actually designed this very simple design for this in a creative world. So what I'm gonna go do right now is head over to my creative world and show you guys exactly what I designed, so that you know exactly what I'm thinking of for this mine shaft. So let's go ahead and head on over to that creative world. So these right here are the 2 designs I kind of debated over for the little transportation system that takes us from the mine shaft back up to the surface. This right here is a Mumbo version of a minecart elevator. I think it's a lot like Slipgator and Woolly Creeper, I believe, their design. That's been pretty popular in the past. I tried it out. I think for me it's a little too complex for what I'm going for. So I tried something more simple. And essentially all this is right here, very simple outside, as you can see. Of course, you're not really going to be able to see this as we're going up and down, this outside portion. I mean, you may be able to see this bottom portion right here, but that's about it. But the whole premise behind this is on the left here, we have ourselves a water drop, super simple. And on the right here, we have ourselves a very, very simple minecart elevator. Super, super simple design. I can't believe I didn't think of this earlier. It makes so much more sense. And it doesn't use any redstone. It doesn't really do anything that's too complex. And I really like this. The water drop is definitely going to be a thing. And then this minecart elevator right here, I'm a fan of. I really am a fan of. Hopefully these minecarts don't get moved out of their position. At least I hope not. We'll see if that actually works in survival. But for right now, this is the design that I'm thinking of doing. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is head on over to the actual White's world. I'm going to go ahead and build this in the world, or at least start building it. Maybe not finish it, but I'm going to at least start building it and see what happens. I'm going to test it out a little bit, see if it works, see if I like it. And hopefully when I bring you guys back, I'll have a little bit of it done so I can show you guys exactly how it works in the world and whether or not I like it or not. So, a lot of time has passed and a lot of work has been done. As you can see before me, the entire thing down here, well, pretty much the entire thing, this entire transportation system is pretty much done. I need to get in the minecart elevator right here. As of right now, I think ladders will work fine. I do have some minecarts in these chests over here that I will probably do off camera. Put those into their places. I also did a little bit of a ceiling, a little bit of a back wall. I filled this in with stone brick. Not happy with it. We will be changing that. We will be changing this as well to something more intricate. And I want to work with these side areas right here just a little bit in the coming probably next episode or in between episodes. I try to add a little like wood fence and stone. What is this? Stone wall, cobblestone wall on the sides here. It's all right. Like I don't think it's terrible. But I feel like I could do a lot better. I'm not really sure as of what I would want to do right now. I have a few ideas, I guess, but I'll have to think about them. But like I said, all of this stuff I did off camera. Well, technically I did it as you guys saw it. I messed with this a little bit right here. This was originally, if we take these out all sideways like that, and that just looks a bit weird. So I took this out and made them face upwards. So not too terrible. I'm still not happy with the floor either. It doesn't mesh well with this area right here. So I might see what I can do about that. But if we go ahead and drop down here, drop down right there. Pretty nice, pretty cool. All the sides are done pretty well. I dug out this area right here, up a couple of blocks, and put a little staircase down. I did end up having this area right here at Y level 17, and it goes all the way down to Y level 11, which is where I usually branch mine at. And the plan for this, guys, of course, this right here is temporary, these stairs. We will make this more look nicer, I guess. But the plan here is to have the branch mines go, I guess, what direction is this? East, and west is kind of the plan right now, with branch mines on this side over here, as well as going that way. We will be expanding this a ways quite a few blocks. I'm not entirely sure how many as of this point. But there will be quite a few blocks, and we'll be extending it north and south so that we can add more branch mines as the world progresses and whatnot. So hopefully all this will turn out pretty well in the end. I have a few ideas. We'll probably work on this more in the next episode. I'm not entirely certain though, but hopefully in the next episode we will indeed work on more of that. But yeah, this place, as for the mine for today, I think we're going to be pretty much done with it. I need to add some lighting here whenever I get a chance. I have one more thing I want to do this episode. It's someplace that we haven't been to in a little while. Someplace that we referenced very early on in the series that I would be visiting quite often. I haven't really visited it in episodes and whatnot. So I want to go ahead and head up to the mountains up there, up to our house up there. And there's something up there. You guys probably already know what it is that we need to go visit. So I guess I'll sleep and I'll meet you guys back up there in just a moment. This right here is the thing I said early on in the series I was going to visit a lot, and I really haven't. I haven't really used it a whole lot either, which is pretty sad. I really want to do that. So something else I'm going to need to do is kind of fix everything on this board to kind of fit what my kind of goal for the next couple of episodes. Of course, our AFK fish farm is done. We did fight a wither, that is done. But there's several other things on here that, one, we're either not going to do more recently or sooner. And number two, really just are things I'm not necessarily interested in doing right now. So we're going to have to go ahead and fix that off camera, or I'm going to have to go ahead and fix that off camera. It won't take too long, hopefully. I have, like I said a couple episodes ago, I have a whole list of stuff that we can do in this series. I'm not really certain. I don't really think that I'll ever run out of ideas, to be honest. There's a lot of things to do in this world. and we have a lot of episodes at least to do them in. But guys, that's gonna do it for today's episode. Hope y'all enjoyed. It was a pretty jam-packed one for me. Hopefully that came across well in the video. I'm not really certain if it did, but hopefully, like I said, hopefully it did. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching this episode in White's World. If you did enjoy the video, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new and we're not already subscribed. Anyways, guys, take care, and I'll see you later.